It's really common that we see clogged ducts, mastitis, and even some small dips in milk supply during this time of year. I want to make sure that you are going into it well prepared, that you know what myths to look out for, and have strategies for success.
Hey, Mama Bear. Welcome to the Breastfeeding with Confidence podcast. Do you dream of bonding with your baby through exclusive breastfeeding, but worry about breastfeeding pain or low milk supply? Maybe you're struggling with breastfeeding and no one seems to have any answers. I'm Jaimie, doula, international board certified lactation consultant, and mom of 5, and I have been where you are. After working through painful latches, milk supply worries, and postpartum depression, and supporting countless mothers through their breastfeeding journeys for over 8 years, I'm here to tell you breastfeeding doesn't have to be perfect to be positive. Each week, I'll share breastfeeding tips to help you prevent and overcome unexpected breastfeeding challenges so you can actually enjoy bonding with your baby. If you are ready to shut out the toxic whispers of the world, embrace your God-given intuition, and release your inner fierce mama bear, grab some coffee or your favorite herbal tea and let's dive in.
Welcome back to the Breastfeeding with Confidence podcast. It is Thanksgiving week. That means you are probably starting to get feeling a little overwhelmed there, mama. Today we are going to talk about some common myths about breastfeeding and the holidays, and we are also going to talk about how to protect your milk supply, because between travel and family and big meals and social expectations and all of the chaos and overwhelmed, it's really common that we see clogged ducts, mastitis, and even some small dips in milk supply during this time of year. I want to make sure that you are going into it well prepared, that you know what myths to look out for, and have strategies for success. So first, let's start by busting some myths. If you are worried about your milk dropping, you ate the stuffing and the stuffing had some sage and thyme in it, I want to tell you, your body is not that fragile. A little bit of culinary herbs is not going to tank your milk supply. However, there are some things that can tank your milk supply this week that we'll talk about in a minute. Another common myth that comes up this time of year, maybe you are wearing your baby and everybody's chatting and somebody broke out a bottle of wine and started offering glasses of wine. You're like, yes, I will have a glass of wine. It is so great to see all this family I haven't seen in a while, but I am a little overwhelmed. I could use a little bit of relaxation. I love wine. I'm going to enjoy a little bit of wine. And Aunt Carol over across the room is like, oh, what are you doing? Aren't you breastfeeding? You can't drink wine. And I want to remind you that moderate alcohol use is okay. It is safe for baby. It's not going to tank your milk supply. It could cause some inflammation that could contribute to clogged ducts, especially if we're not taking care of ourselves this week. So do be aware of that. Clogged ducts can obviously lead to milk supply issues if they're not handled, and they lead to mastitis, yada, yada, yada. But by and large, alcohol is okay to consume this week. I recorded an episode in July or August about alcohol and breast milk and alcohol and breastfeeding. Go back and listen to that, because it's so full of good information that will be useful for you this week. All right, now let's talk about what can tank your milk supply and strategies for success.
Hey, Mama. Sorry to interrupt, but I wanted to tell you that when I had my first baby, I really thought I was ready to breastfeed. And the truth is, I struggled, and the people I expected to help me didn't actually have the answers. That is why I created the Breastfeeding Resource Library, so you don't have to leave breastfeeding to chance. Inside, you will learn how to avoid unnecessary formula, protect your milk supply, and get a pain-free latch. You'll also learn how to fix common struggles before they become big problems. Visit littlebearlactation.com/library and use code podcast50 to save now.
What I see happen very often is people get so busy with family and cooking meals and doing all the things, and maybe even passing baby around. There's two camps. There's don't pass baby around at all during family get-togethers, and then there's the mom who's like, yes, please take the baby, give me space, let me do me and do the things and get things done, and you take the baby. Well, being super busy, having other people take your baby, all of that, it's good, it's fine, but it can cause you to accidentally miss some feeds. And then that can cause an upset, frustrated baby who's struggling to nurse. It can mean that you are signaling your body to make less milk. You could get clogs, mastitis. So we need to be really, really careful of that. So one, I want you to feel free to step away from the crowd and feed your baby in a quiet space if you need to. It's okay to step back and take some time for yourself. On the other side of that, maybe you don't want to step away from the crowd. Maybe you love being around other people, but you want to make sure that you are not missing those feeds and not risking that. Baby wearing, learning how to breastfeed while baby wearing is a lifesaver for holidays. It means that you can stay around everybody, you can keep your baby close, you can be a part of the festivities and prep the food and do the things while keeping your baby close and not missing feeds. Make sure that you are resting whenever possible. You are still postpartum, whether you just gave birth this week, this month, or your baby is 8 months old. You are still postpartum. It's okay to rest. Take care of your baby. Take care of your body. Know your limits. Say yes if you want to say yes, but don't overcommit. And prioritize your feedings over everything else. I feel like I'm kind of sounding like a broken record, but I want you to prioritize feeding over everything else. Everybody else can feed themselves. If you are not the one prepping a meal, that's okay. You need to feed your baby. There are plenty of other people capable of prepping that meal and serving you as well. So obviously every family is different. Every family dynamic is different, but please allow people to take care of you. Do not feel like you have to entertain everybody, even if you are hosting. The holidays can be chaotic, they can be overwhelming, but they can be beautiful. And your milk supply is resilient. You just need to make sure that you have self-awareness and you're listening to your body and listening to your baby. Enjoy your family, enjoy your meal, enjoy that glass of wine without guilt or stress.
All right, Mama Bear, that is a wrap for today. If this episode helped you feel a little more confident or a little more prepared for breastfeeding, can I ask you a quick favor? Go ahead and leave me a review. It helps other moms find this podcast and join us in this amazing community of fierce and confident Mama Bears. And hey, if you know a friend who could use some encouragement or real talk about pregnancy, breastfeeding, and all things motherhood, share this episode with her. You've got this, Mama Bear. Trust your instincts, stay fierce, and I'll catch you in the next episode.